Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. Happy Wednesday to you guys. Happy Hump Day, guys. So I wanted to chat with you all this morning about the need to be needed. This is something. This is one thing that I struggle with, and so many people in my personal life that I know struggle with this as well. And that seed to be needed is just meaning that you are the person who everyone goes to, who everyone comes to. You're taking care of everything and everyone. In fact, most times you don't even know how to ask for help. Even when help arrives, you reject the help because, again, you're the one that it's not even about being a control freak. It's just about that need to be needed, and it gives you this warm and fuzzy feeling that you're able to help so many people. But what happens is, when you are someone who have that seed to be needed, you will eventually get burnt out. And many times what will happen is that people won't really appreciate you to the magnitude that you want to be appreciated. In fact, you don't even want anything in return. All you want is gratitude. You just want someone to recognize, like, hey, you're doing so much around the house, on the job, whatever. I see you, great job. Let me step in to help you. Here's a raise, here's a bonus. In fact, just here's a thank you. So whatever. But the thing about it, guys, is I've been really soul searching, in my own personal life to understand this thing more. And I was talking to a friend of mine this morning about this very subject because she's the exact same way. And what I was discussing with her is not everyone, but most of the people who I've encountered, who I know personally, or who I've sat down and just conversed with, at my conferences and all that good stuff. Most of these individuals, again, not all, are people who that seed was planted in them early on. For example, you could be the oldest child, and so when all of your siblings were very young, you may have had a parent who worked two jobs, or maybe who were addicted to drugs and never home, and so you were this 10-year-old girl, 12-year-old girl taking care of your 3, 4, and 5-year-old siblings, right? Because it had to be done. So, or boy, I'm sorry, girl or boy, taking care of your younger siblings because it had to be done. Well, very early on, that seed was implanted in you that people depend on you, people need you. So as you grow, that's what you're accustomed to. That's your norm. So you find yourself helping, giving, that you don't even know how to receive help when it comes your way. Again, you reject the help. And so also what happens is, because most times we're not appreciated, we start to develop some type of resentment towards the person when they're not realizing how much we give. When most times the reason why they're not recognizing how much we give, because they can't even tap into it. Because think about it, if they're trying to assist you or trying to help you and you're constantly rejecting it, or you're constantly saying, no, I got it, when really internally you're screaming out, please help me, please take some of this load off of me, please see my frustration. But because we're saying, nope, I got it, because you're a server, I got it, then these people themselves cannot relate to how much pressure you're under, how much frustration you're under. They can't relate to it. Because in their mind, you can't be tired, you can't be frustrated because I'm trying to help you and you're telling me no. Now you're flipping out on me because I'm sitting on the couch when you're sitting here working like a wild, like a wild woman or a wild man. And now you're frustrated at me because I'm sitting on the couch. Well, when I try to help you, you always reject it. Now you're mad with me for not helping. I know, guys, it's crazy. It's crazy. So what I have determined, even in my own personal life, is that Nothing changes overnight, especially something that you've been doing all of your life. So what I have been studying and researching and working within my own spirit is understanding that I'm the problem. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means that I was taught something very early on that's not healthy. That's always putting myself last, making sure everyone else is good. And that's anybody. That can be in a relationship, a marriage, your job, your children, your friends. Like before you even tap into your own needs, you're tapping into everyone else's wants. And by the time you've given everybody piece of you throughout the day who want, by the time you finally get a chance to sit down, you have nothing left for yourself. No energy for needs, no energy for wants. But we want people to understand why we're so snappy, why we're so frustrated when we won't even allow the help. So again, nothing happens overnight. So what you have to start doing is, if this is something that area you're struggling with as well, if you're tired of being tired, if you're tired of being burnt out, if you're tired of not being appreciated, if you're tired of people just taking advantage of your serving spirit, your big heart, you got to start putting small things into step. And it's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard. That means when you wake up in the morning now, yes, your family matters. Yes, your job matters. But you need to make it a priority that the first person to get your time is God. So if that's only, and after God, of course, give yourself, if it's only 5 or 10 minutes, do that thing that you love. If that means, watching the sun come up, if that means having your drink of coffee and reading your daily affirmations, whatever that thing is for you, before you tap into your children, before you tap into your husband, your wife, or your call on your job, just take that time for you. And then what you have to do is you're going to have to set up boundaries and structure, meaning once you establish this time, no one's going to really respect it. Because they know you don't have boundaries. So they're going to be knocking on the door. Even if you say, hey, I need 5 minutes to myself. So from 5 o'clock a.m. to 5:15, I'm telling you guys, don't knock on the door. Nobody calls my phone. Leave me alone. They're not going to respect that because you've never established boundaries. So you're going to have to really work towards that and keeping your word. Keeping your word is going to be extremely hard when you have that spirit to be needed, because you're going to feel like you're shutting people out. You're going to feel like you're disappointing people. The same people who drive you insane, the same people who overwhelms you with their selfishness because you are so selfless. And most likely you're going to fail a couple of times. I know I have. I'll say, okay, from 5 to this time, I'm not going to answer my phone. I don't care if it's my employees. I don't care if it's this. I'm not going to answer the phone. And I will be sitting there meditating, and I'll be darned. 1 minute later, I find myself fidgeting with my emails, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know how to take care of me first. But what I also realize is, because we've been doing it most of our lives, we cannot do it on our own. We have to do it through the strength of God. We have to do it through the Spirit. What happened is, I don't believe our flesh, I won't say everyone, but I know for me, because I get so bothered when I can't help someone. I don't believe personally I can do it in my flesh alone. It has to be with me through the Spirit. And that's what's happening. I've asked God to step in. So what happens now is this. When I do something that is not beneficial to my well-being, or if I'm putting someone else's needs in front of me, I will get convicted. I'll get convicted. Let me give you an example. I have someone who calls me a lot, and the conversation can be very draining. One of those people that you can sit there and give advice to all day long, and they do the complete opposite of what you sat on the phone, wasted 1 hour, to help them better themselves or whatever it is they're going through. And the next day they call you with all the same drama, and then you ask them, okay, what strategies have you applied that I told you? And and it's the complete opposite. They did absolutely nothing that you told them to do. So they're wasting your time. And that is, when you waste someone's time, that is disrespectful. It's extremely disrespectful because you can't get that time back. So I stopped answering the phone, right? And then each time I would not answer the phone, I started to feel bad. Like, oh my God, what happens if this happens to them? And oh my God, what happens if they really want to learn this time? And I'm not allowing myself to be used. And then I would get convicted. God will convict me. It's like, what do you mean? You've been giving this person advice for 99 years. If they haven't taken your advice and used it properly in 99 years, why would they use it now? You are spinning your wheels. Again, that is you guys in the flesh who want to keep choosing individuals who you want to help because of your own little personal feeling of wanting to be needed. If you don't answer these people, they will find another target. That's you feeling like you need to be needed. More than them pulling from you. Once they realize they can no longer pull from you and drain your spirit, they will find another target. And guess what? If they happen to still be a friend, fine. If not, that's God moving someone out of your way who cannot go to the next season, because where he's taking you, where he's taking you, he needs, where he's taking you, he needs you to be tapped into the spirit of the individuals that he chooses, not you. And the individual he chooses will be very receptive, very grateful, full of gratitude for everything that you pour into them. It will be no resistance. It will flow naturally. And then guess what? When things flow naturally, you're not stressed out. You're not frustrated. You will feel so comfortable around these people that their help will come naturally. In fact, because God have chosen them for your life, they will be able to look at you and realize that when you say you don't need help or you don't want help, they will jump right on in and help you because they see your heart. They know that's not what you really mean, but see, they can read through you in the spirit. If it's not the spirit, the person just looking at you when you say, hey, I'm tired, I don't need help. And they're just like, okay, even though they see you burnt out, but they're not tapped into your spirit. So in this season, I've made a conscious decision, and I won't lie to you guys, I'm struggling because I just started to make these boundaries, but it was so hard last week for me because I started last week, and I basically said, listen, God, I promise you, I tried this for the last 2 months on my own, and I can't do it. I find myself getting sucked right back in to people who drains my spirit or drains my energy, people that I know you are telling me to move past. But because I'm so used to being needed, in my career, in my personal life, in my family, whatever, now I'm sitting here looking at walls like, okay, what do I do with myself now? And God says, take care of yourself now. This is the season where I need my saints, the people who have always been needed, always giving, always putting themselves last. This is the season. And I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, this is the season where you are to take care of yourself. It's your time. I've seen the people who didn't appreciate you. I've seen when you've done this and done that. And I'm telling you, my child, job well done. But it's now your time. I'm requiring you to start self-care. Because self-care will then start to show you the people and the things that I'm weaning out. Self-care will allow your spirit to be so purified because the negative toxins, the heavy spirits are now released because you're carrying other people's energy, especially if you're an empath like myself. And for those of you who may not know what an empath is, you can research it, but just in so many words, like you carry people's energy. Like you can be you can be in a gas station right? Waiting in line to pay for gas. And there can be an individual that come through that door whose spirit is broken. I mean, they can maybe have just got out of a nasty divorce. They may have just whatever. For whatever reason, they're hurt, they're lost, and they're broken, right? Where when they walk in that door, no one else in that line can see that person or their spirit for truly what it is. They just see it as just another person. Just another person. But you see and you feel their energy. The same hurt that they're feeling, like that same magnitude of hurt, you feel it. So now it ruins your day because your mind can't even leave from off of this person. You just want to find this person. You just want to fix this person's problem, which you can't. You want to make, this person happy, but you can't. And that's also that seed of needing to be needed that plays into it too. But when you're an empath, you carry people's energy. And so if you're an empath and you carry that need to be needed, you got a double whammy. A double whammy. So once God starts to have you work on your self-care, again, people will start to just fall off. And guess what? That even means some family. And that doesn't mean they fall off for a lifetime. That just means you now have to learn healthy boundaries and how to love them from a distance and how not to answer your phone every time they call. How not to just send money every time somebody quits their job because they didn't like it and they know you got their back. That may mean even your own children. Okay, I've sat here and cooked. I don't have children, but I sat here and cooked an entire meal for you, made everything by stretch, and you don't want spaghetti tonight, so you want me to fix lima beans and rice. Yes, I'm from the South. Lima beans and rice. Either you're going to eat the spaghetti or you can go to bed hungry. Like, those are setting boundaries. You have to get strict about setting your boundaries because people will continue to cross them. So again, I had to ask God to step in the last couple of days. Listen, guys. The last couple of days have been so hard for me because what happens is, and that's why I always tell you guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be transparent with you. Please don't ask God to step in any situation that you are truly not ready 100% to change that area, because you will be tested and convicted until you perfect that area. And that's hard. So I'm honest enough to say, don't ask for it if you're not ready for it, because it just won't drop in your lap. You will be fought. So this morning, I literally had to block a couple of people's numbers, which God had told me to block the numbers 2 days ago, but I felt like, oh my God, they're going to need me. But this morning is he convicted me so bad. Listen, I'm telling you, if you don't block the number, I'm going to step away for a minute because I'm not going to waste my time with you. You're allowing people to waste your time. And in doing that, you're wasting my time. So if you're not ready to get everything I have for you, if you're not ready to have a peace of mind where you don't have all these leeches and all this heavy weight, then I'm going to walk away. And you let me know when you're ready, boo. But no, honey. Don't you walk away from me. Hold up. Let me hit this block button right quick because your girl ain't got time to miss no blessings. And even though I will say it has been difficult, what I can say is that for the last couple of days, I feel free. I feel like, okay, wow. Now, I will say I feel a little bored, as busy as I am in general, but I feel bored because I don't have people pulling at me. Well, a lot. I don't have a lot of people pulling at me, and it's hard. It's hard, but it feels good because now I get to sit down and write out what I'm going to do for me today. And it feels great. So to those of you, if you have that need to be need, Tap into the source to figure out why. Did it stem from childhood? Did it stem from a bad marriage when basically you were told that you were never enough, so you just became, overly serving, and you developed this seed of serving. Serving is a beautiful thing. Please don't get me wrong, but there is a healthy way to serve. Okay, that's different. A healthy way to serve, what I had to learn, is that serving the people that God needs you to serve, not the people that your own little beautiful mind and your own little beautiful heart want to serve, because you're spinning your wheels when you choose. But when you wait and serve the people who God needs you to serve, you're not spinning your wheels at all. So serving is a beautiful thing. Trust me when I tell you, serving's open the door to your blessings. But so figure out, why is it that you're serving in a toxic way. Okay. Then understand this. You're not going to change overnight. It's going to be extremely hard for you because you've been doing it all of your life, or the most part of your life. So it's going to be very difficult for you to change. But if you are truly ready, if you're truly burnt out, tired of being frustrated, tired of people just, leeching on you and just wasting your time, wasting your energy, wasting your spirit, taking advantage of you, all this stuff. If you fit in that category, then it is time for you to start cleansing out your spirit. And that starts with cutting off people, cutting off unhealthy things, cutting off temptation, shutting it down. People, places, and things. Get connected to the spirit. Ask God to step in, because there's a good chance you won't be able to do it on your own. Ask God to start convicting you in areas of people he needs you to start limiting or cutting off. Again, don't ask him if you're not ready, because he will convict you until you do it. You will have a difficult time because you feel like you are abandoning people. You will have a difficult time. So if you can't do it all at once, set boundaries. So if I'm not going to answer my phone 5 times per day, I'll answer it 1 time per day. Well, 2 times per day. And then next week, I'll answer it 1 time per day from your little sickened self, because I know you have nothing about heaviness and nonsense and toxins that nobody got time for that, honey. So before you know it, you'll start weaning those people out. Some people you just can't cut off cold turkey. Some people, I can't say that. Let me take that back. But I know there was a couple of people I had to kind of wean off, and then they fall off. So I want to encourage you guys. This is the season for you givers, the season for you little big heart, beautiful soul people. It's your season for you to finally be appreciated, for you to be appreciated. God is trying to tell you, thank you for all you've done. Let it be if you serve the wrong people or the right people. I saw your heart. You did it from the heart. I seen you. I take notes. I took notes. Don't worry about the ones who didn't say thank you. Don't worry about the times they weren't grateful. Child, those are people. People are just people. I took notes. And now I'm telling you, my child, job well done. It's your time. I want to give you some blessings, but I can't give it to you if you got these same people in your life. I need your spirit to be pure. I need your spirit to be receptive. I need your spirit to be just ready to receive. If I give it to you now, you're going to give it away because you want to be needed. So I'm not going to give it to you right now until you learn boundaries and structures. Guys, I always tell you guys, listen, I'm as authentic and raw as they come. I speak on things that I'm going through as well, or things I've been through. But when I'm going through something, I'm real enough to say, hey, I'm going through the same issue right now, such as this issue that I'm speaking on now, right? So when I speak on the issue, it's not that I've always mastered that issue. Many times I'm still in that process. God uses me strategically. He uses me as an individual in their process. We're all in the process, but many further along than others. I'm not that chick who's further along. I'm right in that middle. And that's why people gravitate towards me, because I'm not about to judge. Why am I going to judge you in this area and I'm struggling in this area? That makes no sense. Let's all hold hands together. Let's grow together. Let's get better together. Let's climb together. Let's make God proud together. Let's break generational curses together. Break generational norms together. Stomp on Satan's head together. You guys have a great Wednesday. I have a few things I have to do today, like self-care. It's your girl.